Dr. Laura Dabney talking to you this holiday season about overdoing it. I'm talking most specifically about overeating, but this really could be overdoing it with anything. Any bad habit or something you feel you don't have control over, smoking, drinking, shopping, whatever it is. What I'm about to tell you and what I talked to you about in the last video applies to all of those overindulgences, but I am just going to use food as the basic example because that's what I hear about mostly in here. So as we talked about last week, overdoing anything is a way to soothe, typically the feeling of neediness. Neediness is an emotion that a lot of people have trouble with because they associate it with being childish or clingy or something else negative. And the trouble with the holidays is it emphasizes so much giving to everybody else. And the way it gets portrayed in a lot of our media is that if you give, then people are just going to give back and you'll be happy. Or you're going to make them happy and thus that makes you happy. And while that sounds good, there are a lot of people who really build all the relationships on that style. And what happens is sometimes someone doesn't give back, or sometimes the happiness you give others isn't enough. How it really should be, the emotionally healthy way, is to first fulfill all your needs, then give to somebody else. And that's where people get so tangled up because my needs, but that's selfish, that's lazy, that's mean, that's, all the negative stuff comes out. But really, that's what works. Thus the whole put your oxygen mask on first, saying on every airplane you're on. Okay, so with that said, and the holidays making it harder for us, we talk about oral satisfaction. Okay, so we think about you have the neediness problem, you cover it up by overindulging, and think about it this way: as a child, we get soothing by putting something in our mouths. As we get older, we want to get soothing by talking about it, engaging in hobbies, which is called sublimation, or putting up boundaries. Okay, so we should be maturing from a oral satisfaction to this more mature way of coping with neediness. So that's something to practice if you have trouble with anything where you're consuming, when you're putting things this way. Okay, is to try getting soothing that way. And last time we talked about feeling journals, where you can sort of stop and see what you're feeling to see if neediness is truly the emotion you're having trouble dealing with this habit. But another suggestion is to try, well, first to understand that any habit takes a long time to fix or change, okay? So don't put this pressure on yourself that you're gonna change this holiday. Even if you've had this every holiday, as long as you can remember, give yourself space and time. Use the holiday as a way to learn what's behind it instead of fixing it. Because that's the first step in fixing any bad pattern, any bothersome behavior. You gotta first understand where it's coming from. So think about the holiday season as your way of learning this. Try there's food journals, which is great, but also keep a list of this habit of first indulging yourself, then doing for others. And see if you do that for a week and then switch back to your old ways for a week and then switch to taking care of your needs first. Wake up in the morning, take care of everything you need, put everybody else last, and see if you don't eat less. I'd like to hear about how that goes for you, actually, if you do that. So let me know. Do that for, the month maybe, and see if you can see for yourself the pattern. That way you're gonna know that to disrupt that pattern, you're gonna need to get comfortable fulfilling your needs before filling others. Okay, so some tips for this holiday season, just to sum that all up, is oral satisfaction. We're trying to reverse that. You don't need to fill everybody's needs, even though it's the holidays. Really, getting your needs met first, then filling others is the way to go. Keep a food diary and with keeping track of filling your needs first and see if you eat less. Good luck, let me know, 757-340-8800.